Hi, my name is Reagan Power, and the first question I'm going to answer is the first one. What is your preferred leadership style? What specific leadership skills will you bring to this organization, and in what areas will you need further mentoring? I'd have to say my preferred leadership style would be more of a team based um, leadership, I guess. Um, I think this is the best just because um, in healthcare you tend to work with a lot of other teams and you do rely on others a lot. But I think a team based leadership grouping is the best because it is great to depend on others and hear their perspectives and everything that they bring to the table. Um, in my sorority, I know that I was our design chair, and so I was able to lead. I was a co design chair, so I worked with another girl, but we had to lead a team to just paint all the banners, and this kind of gave me an idea. I know that I've always kind of been like, oh, I want to do things myself just because I know I can get it done right, and I know that I trust my ability. And now that I've kind of finished with that, I realize that it is good to have others and to depend on others. And I just think leading a group of people in this aspect really helps. Just overall, I might not see something from another perspective where others may point it out more and have other ideas or ways to go about the situation. And throughout this year, this class has really helped me that I can't do everything myself, despite even if I want to, and it's good to have others. Um, I think I'm good with delegating tasks to others and knowing what needs to get done and having a team and knowing how to lead a team. I would hopefully know everyone I'm working with and know their strengths and abilities to let them take charge in specific areas and depend on them instead of just depending on myself. I actually have had a mentor this past year, and he's really helped me. He loves a team based learning, and I think it was really cool seeing his experiences and just how he's had to let go of the reins as well because he was very, I know how I like things done, but he's really shown me that if things get done and are correct, then it doesn't really matter the way we get there. If someone else is going to do it different, that's okay. And I think that's a really important part in working with others. Um, but I think it's always something that could be worked on personally is letting go of the reins and trusting that others know how to do things and that they can do things just as well, and I can be there to support. I think I can be good at encouraging people, and I think that's really important to encourage your team and allow them the freedom and ability to do the best that they can and meet our goal. I think it's really important to encourage others and let them understand how much their work does mean in the broad scope of things. Um, the third question: how will you approach conflict management in the workplace? Another thing I've really learned this year is that I don't know everything, and I do need to see things from both perspectives. If there's an issue between coworkers or just a conflict overall, it's not what I think. I need to hear both sides of the story, and it's okay to revisit things tomorrow. If there's a big blow up or a big issue, it's okay to take the day to think about it, think about how um, appropriate ways to go about things and how to address the situation. I feel like I'm a pretty open person that people could talk to, and I would want those that I work with to feel comfortable coming to me with issues, big or small, and we can both weigh out our options and see the best way to go about things. I think it is super important to keep your mind open and clear of what the issue is. I don't know, I feel my biggest thing is what I've learned is hear both sides of the story before you're making an assumption, and don't be biased towards anybody. Everyone's important, everyone deserves to have their feelings heard and taken into consideration when dealing with conflicts within the workplace. I think the worst situation would be sitting down and having a group conversation. That's not the worst thing, but if you can quickly resolve issues before it becomes even bigger, I think that's really important to do as well. In the midst of the great healthcare resignation, how do you plan to retain current employees and attract new employees? I think the biggest thing is workplace culture. Burnout has been really big since COVID. No one really wants to go into the office, and I think it's important. My mentor also talked about how BJC, where he works, has like connection groups, and I think that is such a great idea, having a group within the workplace that you feel comfortable and you can find others that you relate to. I just feel like that was a really cool idea, cool thing that he brought to the table. I also had an interview for an internship, and she was talking about how they were getting pickleball courts, and obviously it depends on organization and budget for stuff like that, but I think that's a really cool way to be within the workplace and get your mind off for things and still have that connection to those around you and things happening like that. I also think just little work parties and celebrating everybody and having all holidays celebrated so everyone feels included. There is so much diversity within the workplace. Well, I'm hoping there would be a lot of diversity within the workplace, so it's a great way to have others teach you about their cultures and things that they go through. I know that sometimes icebreakers and things like that, and when you're getting to know people, can be super awkward, but I do think they are really beneficial. It really does help, and I think that would be a great way. But just overall culture of the workplace, knowing that you can talk to a leader, which is hopefully the position I would get, talking to a leader about your feelings and feeling included and welcomed in the workplace, and that everyone is equal despite different levels, different positions, but knowing that everyone is important, everyone does bring a lot to the team. I think that is a great way to retain employees, but just having an honest workplace and being welcoming. I mean, having a great team really does attract people, and energy does bring people. So I think that being able to do things in the workplace and feel comfortable is a great way to retain employees as well as attract them.